So here we are, 2 weeks into the 23-24 NHL season, and already the season is somewhat full of surprises. Let's start in the Atlantic, where news of the Bruins' demise might have been a bit premature, as they currently stand undefeated and 6 points ahead of last season's main nemesis, the Florida Panthers. While it had been expected that the Cats would struggle without Ekblad and Montour, a late preseason injury to Sam Bennett has made things even harder on them. Meanwhile, the surprise team of the league so far is none other than the Detroit Red Wings, who have won five straight and find themselves tied for first with a ridiculous 15 goal differential already. The Canadians have been a bit better than most expected, while the Leafs and Lightning are just sort of hanging around in the middle of the pack, although at least the Bolts have somewhat of a decent excuse due to the Andrei Vasilevsky injury. Over in the Metro, I think most people would be willing to take the bet that the Flyers and Jackets will not be finishing in the top three, even though that's where they currently stand. The Canes have been terrible on defense. And meanwhile, I think we all agree that time's up in Washington, and it might be soon for a full on rebuild for the Capitals. In fact, the only team in the Metro somewhat meeting expectations are the Rangers, with the Devils and Penguins off to slower starts than most experts felt they would have. A quick glance over in the West shows us two very clear cut top teams in Colorado and Vegas, who are a combined 11-0, with both teams allowing fewer than 2 goals per game. It stands to reason that those two are very likely conference finalists, which should come as no surprise to anyone. Thus far, the Oilers look nothing like what was promised, as they reside near the bottom, along with other teams like the Kraken and Ducks. Most everyone else in the conference is middling around 5 to 7 points, except the Sharks, of course, who have yet to win a game and stand with 1 point and 7 goals in 5 games. Yikes. Big, big yikes. Sure, it's early, and teams like Edmonton and Carolina should figure things out. But especially in the East, it's shaping up to be an insane season in terms of parity, which I suppose is precisely what the league wants. Either way, it's going to be fun as we start to find out if teams like the Wings are real or if the Kraken really are as bad as they appear. 2 weeks in, and I love to see all the surprises. And I think this year might challenge the old adage that teams who are out of a spot on Thanksgiving are cooked turkeys. At least it looks that way as we approach Halloween, anyway.